Israeli cabinet has decided to completely occupy Gaza. The United Nations Security Council has decided to convene an emergency meeting. The decision to convene an emergency meeting for Gaza was made by all members except the United States and Panama. The United Nations Security Council decision was strongly opposed by the United States. The Israeli Security Cabinet had approved the plan to occupy Gaza City. Before the cabinet meeting of the child murderer Netanyahu, the FKS gave the following statement. In an interview, he said they aim to take control of all of Gaza. The Israeli army launches daily attacks targeting the tents of the displaced and the civilian areas they seek refuge in. Since October 7, 2023, the number of Palestinians killed in attacks on the Gaza Strip has reached 61,000.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the perpetrator of genocide, is determined to depopulate Gaza. He aims to displace and divide the region's approximately 1 million Palestinians once again. Global reactions to this plan are currently pouring in. Many countries have begun efforts to block Netanyahu. Prime Minister of the Holocaust has pushed the button for an all-out occupation.
Signals that things would reach this point have been coming for a long time. Unfortunately, they will continue the massacres. They will force people to leave.
This decision brings to mind a terrifying question. What dimension will the ongoing occupation now reach? The approximately 1 million Palestinians living in northern Gaza, many times displaced, will be pushed towards central Gaza. They will be displaced again. And in this context, after the occupation of Gaza City, we will see an occupation operation in which Palestinians are gradually pushed and driven southward. The occupying army will not only drive Palestinians southward. Israel, which killed 61,000 Palestinians before the eyes of the world and committed genocide, will try to conceal the massacres it will commit during this all-out occupation, just as it has before. And of course, what will we see in the meantime?
We will likely see an aid mobilization to quell the backlash, as Trump has already begun signaling. Europe is only criticizing, claiming they are providing the aid. We will likely see an increase in aid, and this will be heavily covered in the media. We will also see propaganda there.
Reason the Holocaust cabinet approved the occupation is to block the steps taken by Europe to recognize the state of Palestine. Considering the statements made by European countries, they will recognize the Palestinian Authority. Therefore, we can consider this as a preemptive measure against this, because when we look at the map, we don't actually see a Palestinian Authority with defined borders right now. Recognizing this administration here would obviously mean recognizing Palestinian territory in the Gaza Strip. The Israeli administration aims to prevent any recognition of a legitimate government in Gaza.
Occupation of Gaza has greatly angered Netanyahu's ally, Trump. Donald Trump hasn't given Netanyahu any clear approval for this and certainly doesn't support this operation.
American press is awash with allegations that Trump hung up on Netanyahu. When Netanyahu tells Donald Trump, "There's no hunger in Gaza and Hamas is lying," Donald Trump gets very angry, shouting, "Don't tell me these things," and then hangs up on him. Very serious articles are currently appearing in the American media. Turkey, which has not remained silent against the events in Gaza since the very beginning, reacted very harshly to this treacherous plan. European governments, which remained silent against the genocide that was happening before the eyes of billions and spoke out only after tens of thousands of Palestinians were slaughtered, did not remain silent this time. Reactions were raised one after another from Russia, Australia, Spain, Sweden, Belgium and Italy. German Chancellor Merz announced that they suspended arms exports to Israel to prevent their use in Gaza. I believe that at some point, the Israeli administration will reverse this decision under both international pressure and the pressure that will be exerted by the U.S. administration. Because we really live in the 21st century. That is, we live in 2025. It is truly unacceptable to see these scenes and to see people being miserable in this way.